Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a few things I want to discuss today, but before I get to those topics, I just want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has viewed the last two videos in particular. The response has been uh, quite amazing. Actually, we're almost at 1,000 views on yesterday's video, which for me at the moment is quite a lot. I'd like to thank you all for your comments, good and bad. They all matter to me as long as you guys are watching. We're getting the word of Student Coin out there. Thank you for the likes, comments, shares, the subscribes, and I really do appreciate your support. There's been quite a bit of overwhelming support in the last couple of videos. So just before I get to today's topic, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for all of that. Now, before we head on to the topic as well, I just want to give you guys a quick sort of update of where Student Coin is, because first of all, something big happened today, actually earlier today. If we go to the Launchpad ICO, you'll see that Student Coin has crossed the $40 million raised mark. It's slightly slowed down in the last little while, I think, of this extended ICO, but it's still ticking along nicely. Be interesting to see if there's maybe towards the end of the ICO period, if there is quite a bit of pump, like we saw yesterday that was because of news, but if there's a similar sort of pump just towards the end with everybody trying to get get the price at the ICO price, the lower price of the two, because regardless of whether pricing is going up or down, generally, as you would have seen in my previous videos, generally the exchange price is 25% higher than this. So I do anticipate this to tick along sort of at the same rate, and then towards the end, all of a sudden, pump quite a bit. There'll be quite a bit of people jumping back on board. So I think they can still reach the 150th phase. But like we said in previous videos, if they don't, there's less coins in circulation, so the chance of it going at a higher coin value because of the market cap is higher. But if the interest is there, it's also a good thing. Now, anyway, back to one of the topics of today's video, and this is sort of the basis of today's video, is the price. Now, yesterday we saw the price go up to about 6.6 cents. Over here, it just completely shot up with the news of the audit with from Hacken.io, and there was a lot of trading volume, obviously, because of that. Now, a lot of the times you'll see this, and with a lot of coins actually, and especially in the crypto space, where people are looking, most people, I don't want to say most, but a huge percentage of people in the crypto space particularly are looking to get rich quick. And most of the people, I'll say most, are not really interested in the technology behind something. And if it shoots up like this, they'll be happy to take profits very quickly. Now, this is what I think happened yesterday, and maybe it's an alarm bell in some people's mind. To me, not really. You see this all the time. I mean, even if I just pull up Bitcoin, you'll see it ebbs and flows. It goes up and down. People trade it. And maybe not to the extent of what we saw with Student Coin yesterday, but you'll still see it going up and down with many of the coins. I mean, it happens with major coins, almost all of the coins. There's people getting in where what they consider to buy low. When it reaches a certain point, that's the exit point. They get out. It pumps, it dumps. Those extreme words. So it goes up and it goes down. It ebbs and flows. So that's exactly what happened here. So it's basically at about half of what just under half of what it was at its height yesterday, at 3.1 cents. And this is to be expected. Now, where this could in the future be of interest to everybody, and Student Coin, as we know, Student Coin, there's not a lot of data for us to look at, so there haven't really been peaks and going down, or ebbs and flows for us to look at. It's only launched in August 2020. So it'll be interesting to see, with further news, what happens. You can kind of anticipate something similar to this happening. Sort of people getting in, being happy with what they've made, and taking their money out. So it will be interesting to see when there's further news, if this continues to happen, because we can sort of start to get a better pattern of how student coin will be going forward. Now, in any event, should you be worried? In my opinion, at the moment, no. This is maybe an indicator for later, which I'll get to for when it does list. This could give us an indication of how people are going to act when it does list. So I'll get into that just a little bit later. But I mean, even if you take the price right now, and you look at the list price on the app, it's still 59% higher. So the net result is still positive. Okay, the net result is still a massive increase of pretty much 50% in the last 7 days. So yes, it sucks to see it go from 6.6 all the way down to 3.1, but the net result, the net effect, if you look at it over here, all the way to where it is now, the net effect is still positive. So just bear in mind that yes, okay, people went in and came out. It doesn't mean it's going to crash or it's crashed or any of these panic words. I think long term it's still a good buy, and the technology behind it is solid. The fundamentals are solid, and those of you that are not necessarily looking to make a quick buck, I think it's still a great investment, great project to be a part of. So yes, as I say, it sucks, but the net result is good. Now, what's interesting about this is the first sort of big major news that we've got. Now, like I said, we need to look at when other major news drops, how it acts. You know, if it's going to be something similar, pumping really up like that and then dropping down. Most likely, in all honesty, that probably will happen. Now, one of the fears that a lot of people have, and I mean, I'm sure even the people at Student Coin have, is that it's going to pump super high to the upside as it lists, and everyone's just going to sell off and it's going to crash down completely. Now, again, we don't have a lot of data, and it's all sort of circumstantial at the moment, but you just need to bear in mind that this is a possibility. So, I mean, I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm sure, and I know actually a lot of you are as well, but just be sure that you have your exit strategy should it start to go down like this. So just have a point that you're happy with. You know, I always advise you to take profits. So if you have an initial investment in here, I always advise people to try to at least recoup that initial investment. So for argument's sake, if you'd got in my first video and you'd bought 10,000 coins at 1.2 cents, so $120, at least try to get that $120, maybe just a little bit more back. So let's say, I mean, if it goes up to half a dollar, I mean, it's really easy to recoup your investment. You might want to recoup a little bit more and keep some more in for the long term. Inevitably, a lot of people are going to sell everything off. So we'll have to see what happens with further news and further announcements. But this is the first little bit of good data that we have to look at the patterns that it follows when there is news. But again, as I said, the net gain is 59% if you had purchased it here around the 2 cent mark. So excuse me, the 59% above what it's listing on ICO, excuse me, but the net gain is still 50% had you even invested over here. So around 45-50%. So it's not a train smash. Just bear in mind that it is a possibility when it does list, a lot of people are going to sell off. I personally won't. I might recoup my investment, or probably willing to recoup my investment, but I still have a large chunk of coins in because I do believe in it long term. And you know, don't be scared off by something like this. Just know why it happened, you know what the reasoning is, and be able to anticipate it in the future. So we'll see with the next few days, you know, what the next coming weeks, actually, what the announcements are, how the market reacts to it. And then we can sort of get a better idea of what's going to happen when it does list. Because, of course, the inevitable is a lot of people are going to sell off. Like I said, people want to make money quick in crypto, particularly. In anything really. So just be sure you guys try to recoup your investment. This is just my opinion. You guys don't have to do what I say. I'm not a financial advisor. I tell you this every time. I'm not a financial professional. So just for information purposes only. But you know, a lot of you would like to keep it in long term, from what I've seen, and do believe in the technology and the project, as do I. So my advice would just be know why it happened, get all the information, get ready, prepare yourself that it could happen when it does list, and just be prepared for your exit strategy. Some of you guys might want to sell off and buy a dip if there is one. Some of you guys might just anticipate there's no dip and keep it in. So just really have your strategy. I'll be keeping most of mine. I'll recoup my investment most probably, and I'll keep probably 95% of my coins in there because um, of how the price we anticipated to go. So I just thought I'd make this quick little video for you guys to explain why it's gone down so much, and what the reasoning is in my opinion of that. Thanks again for all the support. I really do appreciate it. For those of you that haven't joined or purchased Student Coin yet and would like to, I've got some information links in the description. I've also got a referral link where you will get an additional 5% should you buy Student Coin. And for those of you that have been commenting saying you're going to hold for long, you're in it for the long haul, holding it long term. I agree with you guys 100%, of course. And let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What do you guys think is going to happen when Student Coin lists? Do you anticipate something like this to happen? Do you think it will go down quite a bit? Do you think just a little bit? Do you think it's not going to happen at all? What are you guys' thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts long term for Student Coin? I know most of my channel believes in it from the feedback you guys have given me, and yeah, just give me some general feedback on where you guys think it's going. What kind of news are you anticipating in the next while? What do you think the news is going to do to the price? Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.